Near the small village of Ranpur, there was a young boy named Karan. He was full of dreams and aspired to become a great athlete. Every time he watched inspiring sports videos or read about famous athletes, he felt highly motivated. "From tomorrow, I will train for 5 hours every day," he would declare with excitement. "I will wake up at dawn and start running," he would decide passionately. But, just like a passing breeze, his motivation never lasted long. For a few days, he would wake up early, train hard, and follow a strict routine. However, within a week or two, he would return to his old habits, making excuses and skipping training. One evening, Karan saw his elder cousin Raghav, who was a professional runner. Raghav followed the same schedule daily, training tirelessly, rain or shine. Karan was amazed at his consistency and asked, "Bhaiya, how do you stay motivated every single day?" Raghav smiled and replied, "I don't depend on motivation, Karan. I depend on discipline." Karan was confused. "But isn't motivation important to achieve success?" Raghav chuckled and said, "Meet me at the hilltop tomorrow at sunrise. I will show you something." The next morning, Karan reached the hilltop where Raghav was waiting. There, they saw an old sculptor chiseling a large rock with steady hands. His face was calm, his hands strong, and his eyes focused. "Grandfather," Raghav greeted the sculptor, "can you share the wisdom you once taught me about discipline?" The sculptor smiled and nodded. "Young boy," he said, looking at Karan, "do you see this rock? Every morning I come here and carve it. Whether it is cold, hot, or rainy, I work on it. Some days I make great progress, some days only a little, and some days nothing at all. But I never stop coming. Do you know why?" Karan thought for a moment and replied, "Because you love sculpting?" The old man chuckled. "No, my boy. It is because this is my commitment. If I waited for motivation, I might not come every day. If I waited for the perfect mood, this statue would never be finished. I don't rely on motivation. I rely on discipline." Karan listened carefully as the sculptor continued. "Motivation is like a gust of wind, it comes and goes. But discipline is like the steady flow of a river, it keeps moving no matter what. Successful people do not wait for motivation. They keep going, even when they don't feel like it." The sculptor then pointed to a small tree nearby. "Have you ever heard the story of the Chinese bamboo tree?" Karan shook his head. The sculptor smiled. "A farmer once planted a bamboo seed. Every day, he watered it, gave it sunlight, and took care of it. But for an entire year, nothing happened. No sprout, no growth. People laughed at him, saying he was wasting his time. The second year passed, still nothing. The third year, no growth. The fourth year, still nothing. But the farmer never gave up. And then, in the fifth year, something incredible happened. Within just 6 weeks, the bamboo tree grew 90 feet tall." Karan's eyes widened. "Because its roots were growing underground all those years?" The sculptor nodded. "Yes. If the farmer had given up, he would have never seen its success. Discipline is just like that. You may not see results immediately, but if you stay consistent, success will come." Karan felt something change within him. He realized his mistake had been waiting for motivation. From that day on, Karan changed his approach. Instead of waiting for the right mood, he created a strict training schedule. Even when he didn't feel like running, he ran. Even when he was tired, Moral of the story: success is not about waiting for the right moment or feeling motivated all the time. It is about being disciplined and putting in the work every single day. Just like the bamboo tree, growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Stay consistent, stay disciplined,